It's Rob!
Tony! And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you.
Hello gamers and welcome back to the Inn. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name. And the first deck guide we're going to be doing this month is going to be Mid-Range Shaman, as a lot of our comments have suggested me to do this deck, and so it'll be the first deck we start with our deck guides, but I just want to give you guys kind of a lay of the land of how the deck guides are going to work just this month. As this is my last semester in college, I have an enormous amount of work and all these reports, and I've got at the moment like 4 reports, and each report is going to take at least 2 to 3 days. They're like 15 pages each, and I just don't have the time to do the deck guides like I normally do. So what I've done is that we're going to be playing about 45-ish minutes with the Mid-Range Shaman deck. Whether we win or lose, this is going to get posted. Normally when we do our deck guides, and for those of you who are familiar with the Inn, we go ahead and we play 3 to 4 ranked games, and we win all 3 or 4 in a row. As this is a little bit better, as it showcases like the deck, you know, at its peak, and so winning with it, it takes a long time to do those videos, anywhere between 1 to 2 days per video like that, and I don't have 1 to 2 days. I've got, you know, Legend ends in a couple days, I mean the month resets in a couple days, so we're going to lose Legend, and I just kind of want to knock out as many deck guides as I can. So for this month, guys, the deck guides are just going to be roughly 45 minutes of me just playing the deck, explaining what I do, why I do, and at the very end we'll talk about the deck, why I have what cards in it, and maybe some synergies that maybe we didn't discuss within the video itself, or the occurrence of that certain situations at which those cards would be played didn't occur. That's what I was trying to say. So, yes, 45 minutes, win or lose, I have no fucking idea if we're going to win them all. We could lose them all, who knows? But hopefully we'll win some, we'll lose some, and we'll get a good idea of how the deck, well, you guys will get a good idea of how the deck is played. I haven't recorded a video in like 3 or 4 days now, so I'm like all rusty at it, and that's why I keep stumbling, because I've been literally the past 3 days I've been staring at my computer screen typing these 15-page reports. It's absolutely absurd. So we could actually get rid of everything, keep the Lightning Storm, play defensive, or we could be a little bit offensive, get rid of the Lightning Storm, keep the Rockbiter, and kill his Tunnel Trog if he plays it. Because we run 2 Lightning Storms, I feel certain we'll draw it when we need it later on. We'll keep the Rockbiter weapon just to kind of contest the early game. The Hex is fair. If he plays the 7/7, the Azure Drake's not really what we're looking for, and the Tunnel Trog is good. The fact that he's playing Sir Finley tells me he's most likely playing a very aggressive style of Shaman, and we're playing mid-range, so it's not really looking that great for us, to be completely honest. The Totem Golem was a fantastic draw, though, because Tunnel Trog into Totem Golem's like the dream, right? It looks like he himself was able to pull off the Totem Golem. So we have a couple sort of situation, or a couple things we could do here. One of which is probably just to play our Totem Golem and then swing. Yeah, we're definitely going to. Well, we want to save coin for turn 3 into Faceless. If we play the Totem Golem now, then we can't coin into the 7. If we go ahead and Rockbiter hit this, that doesn't feel that great. So Totem Golem's definitely going to be the option here. I suppose we could coin and then Rockbiter this into the face, because next turn we're not going to be using coin anyway. Because we're going to be overloaded 1. So killing off the Totem Golem, or maybe even coining out the Rockbiter to kill off this Murgleton seems okay, but then he swings his Totem Golem into our this, and then that into there. So, Our turn 2 is definitely just going to be using our passive. This could go face. I think we coin the Rockbiter, and then we attach the Rockbiter to the Tunnel Trog to kill his Totem Golem. That seems pretty fair. Because our next turn is basically just going to be a 2-drop, so it's either going to be the Totem or if we draw into a 2-drop. And him having the Totem Golem is not good. We have the Hex for if he plays something big, so it's basically just field control for now. That's good that we had made that trade, because his Lightning Bolt would have gone into our Tunnel Trog. And that would have been some bad news bears. The best totem we could have gotten was probably the 1/1, as it would contest maybe a Abusive Sergeant if he plays it this turn, or maybe another totem if he summons it. Nothing too crazy. 1/1. Okay, that's not too bad. So we have the option of the Faceless or the Thing from Below. I'm pretty sure we're just going to go with the Faceless here, as the Thing from Below can just keep getting reduced in value, as the Faceless is a pretty powerful card to swing out on turn 4, as long as he doesn't have a Hex. And we actually crafted golden faceless, but it's going to get lava bursted, and then what's going to finish it off? His totemic? Okay. This actually does 4 damage, so we can use our passive. We have 1 left, and then we can go ahead and kill off this totem golem, and then our thing from below costs 3 now, because of course we fit in the totem. Our option there, we could have mana tied, but then it would have reduced the thing from below, but it doesn't actually deal with the actual totem golem on the field, and I don't know how much longer this Wrath of Air totem is going to live. Okay, Flame Tongue Totem's not the best thing that could happen, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. Okay, so 5 mana, we could use our passive, Thing from Below, and Tunnel Trog. We could take out this Searing Totem, but we need to deal with this Flame Tongue Totem, as if we play the Thing from Below, his actually totemic can kill it, which is not good.
I wonder.
There's no good way to deal with this Flame Tongue Totem. We almost have to Hex the Flame Tongue Totem. We would Hex and then Tunnel Trog passive. That doesn't feel very good. I think we're going to go Thing from Below and then kill off his 3/1. I know it's not the best play right now, but it leads us into next turn where we could possibly kill... Well, we could actually Mana Tide too. I think this is fair. I know this is going to die to that, but then his Flame Tongue is open to kill, so as long as we can draw 2 damage, we'll be able to deal with it. But there's no really great way to get rid of the Flame Tongue. I'm glad it's not a Mana Tide, though. That would have been really bad. Doom Hammer's pretty bad, because now we can kill off our Tunnel Trog. And we also... I think we run Harrison in here. I'm pretty sure this final version does have Harrison in it. So he's going to go ahead and kill off the Tunnel Trog, which makes sense. Okay, so definitely hexing that Flame Tongue. And now the options, the Mana Tide or the Spirits, and I think the Spirits are actually the best way to go. Actually, the Mana Tide is really not that bad either, but the Spirits makes it so he has to swing his creature into it and use a weapon charge. And the fact that we have the Healing Totem out, it's going to give the +1, so we can actually kill off his creature the following turn and still keep a Feral Spirits alive. Unless he Urshocks it. Now it's no longer a taunt. So he makes the trade here, the weapon into there, and probably the weapon into the other Spirit Wolf. And the good thing is we're at 28 health, and he's running out of cards, and this deck is meant to kind of be able to withstand its field getting cleared, because we have Azure Drakes and the Mana Tide Totem to do the rebuild. So it's really not as bad as it looks. So we're going to go with Faceless and hopefully get a Taunt Totem here, maybe absorb some of these charges. No Taunt Totem, but the 1/1 does contest this Argent Squire. Plus his 7/7 is a huge body on board that's going to be able to kill basically whatever he plays, unless he plays like Argent Horse Rider, then it's going to take 2 attacks, and that's not going to be so good. But this is basically the point in the Aggro Shaman's list where he may start going face, not dealing with the bigger creatures, and try to kind of rush me down. He does have the Hunter Hero power, and hasn't used any Rock Biters yet, so... Alright, so we'll go... I think we're going to go... Azure Drake, see what we draw first. The Flame Tongue Totem I think is a little bit better here than the Juggler, only because we're going to be able to make this trade, and then 9 to face. And now we're pushing lethal next turn. So he's going to have to kill that Flame Tongue Totem. Flame Tongue Totem. Unless he has like double Rock Biter. So he's probably hoping that. Probably not exactly where he's hoping that Juggle would go. Urshock onto the Flame Tongue. Stops it from... runs double Urshock. That's pretty interesting. Most of the time, Shamans don't... So there's the 1 Rock Biter, but it's not going to stop us from us having... Well, we only have essentially 11 damage here, and he has 14 health, so... we may have to clear board depending on what we draw. Or he's just going to Kansami Da. Sorry, man. I kind of feel bad beating people at rank 1 to 2, because it kind of... They just get further and further away from that legend goal. And we're already at Legend. So I just feel really bad, because I know how hard they're trying. But for deck guides purposes, we must win. But when we start playing the gimmick decks, which are, I'm going to try to play as many of the decks I have lined up as possible, which is going to be pretty much one of each class, and then we might do some gimmick decks after this, but it all depends on how much time I have, guys. Like right now, it's 2 days before the season resets, which is not that long. I have 2 papers due tomorrow, a quiz, and then another paper due the following day, and the presentation the following day after that. So it's going to be rough, because he's playing Paladin, I'm going to make the assumption he's going to be playing the N'Zoth Paladin, which means that we want a very aggressive opening hand. This is the aggressive opening hand I was looking for. We're making sure we're recording, all good on the hood, and we'll change this to busy so when people whisper me, it doesn't bother you guys. So we have a pretty good opening start here. Again, the Tunnel Trog Totem Golem opener is just so disgusting with this deck. I mean, once you kind of obtain the field, it's really hard to lose it, but not really against this N'Zoth Paladin, which I believe he is going to be playing, due to that's probably the most popular Paladin deck at the moment. Because they can just Equality Wild Pyromancer, Equality Consecration, clear that board, and then we're in a bit of a pickle. Also, we're joined tonight by banana, pineapple, orange, and what kind of alcohol did we put in here? Grey Goose, that's what it was. You know, we've had a bit to drink when we forgot what we put in our drink. So we can actually ignore this Silverhand recruit and just go pure face here. And how do you guys feel about that? I think it's a good plan. We're going face, boys. We gotta do as much damage as quickly as possible because he's just gonna be able to heal back up. And we want him to, if he has maybe some inefficient plays, I doubt it, like he has no way to buff this Silverhand recruit. So the best he can do is Wild Pyromancer, but we're just gonna trade into that this turn, and then he's not gonna be able to equality unless he coin equalities, but which is fine because then we have a 7/7 to follow up with. So already used a coin equality this early on in the game, which is extremely good for us. The fact that he had it's fucking insane in the first place, but I mean, man, how many cards in his deck? 8 cards in his deck. Already has the Wild Pyromancer equality combo. Keeper of Uldaman stops our 7/7 from doing the work. It's okay, not the best thing that could have happened. If we roll that spell power totem here, the gods are on our side. The gods are not on our side. If we would have rolled spell power, we could have lightning bolted the Keeper of Uldaman, which would have been really, really nice, but it's fine. We have the Valiant, which is going to give our totems a lot of value here. Oh, man. This guy is getting what he needs to succeed. Alright, so obviously we're not playing the buff yet. We're going to be lightning bolting one of these chaps. So if we play this, that's 5, and then we have 1 mana left over. We're gonna buff the one with the most health. Keep the minions a-flowing. Okay. We'll see what he does here. Let's check comments in the chat, boys. And when I say comments in the chat, I'm actually referring to comments on YouTube, not actually on Twitch. Oh, yes. I have a comment that people send to us a lot that I kind of want to cover in a second after we complete our turn. Alright, so he played a Doomsayer, which tells me he... We don't have a way to kill it. So we're definitely not going to deal with it. Alright, so this is the question. We attack face, we deal 3 more damage to him, puts him at 13. At that point, we know he probably runs Solemn Vigil, which means 5 creatures have died. It's for free, he draws 2 cards. If we attack into his 1/1, it'll actually cost 4. And then, no, it's not worth it. We're just gonna go face. And we also didn't use the Totemic Call. Normally, it didn't matter because 5 creatures died. And he's gonna play Solemn Vigil for free anyway. But normally, you don't. Even though he plays, let's say, a Doomsayer on turn 4, and there's only 2 creatures on the board, some shamans will just use their passive just to use it, even though they know the totem's gonna die. But then the Paladin gets an extra additional mana off of Vigil. In this situation, it didn't matter because he already had the 5 creatures out. But you know, keep that in mind. Well, this kind of sucks. That Justicar coming in super clutch. So if we play the 7/7, I mean, essentially we could just fill our board up, but then he hasn't used any consecration, so he could just swing it, almost kill the 7/7. But do we really have an option here? I mean, do we just play everything from our hand? Let's see where this hits first. It's pretty good. I really don't even... Oh, this is rough. I don't want to play this dude because it just dies, but we don't really have an option. Hopefully we get like a taunt totem. Alright. Ripping pepperonis, boys. We need to draw Hex before he plays Tyranny. If he plays Tyranny now, we don't have Hex unless we draw into it. We're bamboozled. We're donezo. Adios amigos. But he's at 13 health, which means he's very tempted to heal right now. I'm feeling a Consecration on the board. Top deck the Consecration. That's my boy. So we have a 2/1 on the field. And he played a 1/1. It's a very not so aggressive card. Alright, so we can actually Valiant and Totem. I know it's not the most aggressive play we could have made, boys. But we gotta do something. He's gonna have to deal with this Valiant really quickly, and his 1/1 takes a turn to generate value, and we're actually pushing lethal if he doesn't kill it. So him attacking this tells me he does still have a way to get rid of this Valiant. Unless he just has Tyrion or something like that. Alright, so we have to draw Hex. We have 2 Hexes in the deck, and we have not drawn any of them. We're kind of silly because we could have played the Mana Tide. And it would have gotten a buff. That was a mistake. That was my bad. Let's give him that sweet oops. Yeah, that was a pretty fatal mistake. But not drawing the Hex. I mean, you play Tyrion, we can't deal with it. It's pretty bad. But having this thing be a 2/3 is much, much better than it's a 0/3. Because then it would put some damage onto this, and then we could actually Lightning Bolt his 5/5. Because we know his 5/5 is going to attack the 0/3. So, but then Lightning Bolt we need to go face because we need to push that extra damage. So it all depends kind of what we draw. But we definitely needed that Hex. I'd called that a couple turns earlier. So this having 2 attack would have made it so he would have still been at 11 HP. Oh, fuck me. This is where the game kind of turns around. Oh yeah, it's gonna be rough, boys. It's gonna be rough. Definitely played that totem before we played the Thunder Bluff and passive. Caught our mistake. Very simple mistakes you can make in this deck. This deck's not incredibly hard to play, but mistakes like that can definitely cost you. But at this point, that Hex, like I mentioned before, it's a big deal. Because now if he N'Zoths, he actually can still get Tyrion. Before, if he N'Zoths, he actually wouldn't have been able to get any taunts, which gives us a turn if we have creatures on the field to attack his face. And he's only at 13 HP. He would have been at 8 right now. Not that we have any sort of burst potential, but still, at the same time. See, he N'Zoths, he gets another Tyrion. This 1/1, really not that big of a deal, but the Tyrion, that's kind of a big deal. Still waiting to draw Hex. I'm just going to kind of concede here. I don't want to waste your time. No, there was no way to win there. I'm not going to waste your time. Unless we drew into Hex and then Doomhammer and then Rockbiter right after that, and then he didn't have any heal whatsoever, we could have done it. But, yeah. With no Hexes. We run 2 of them, though. We definitely do run 2 of them. Did we... What's our rank right now? We started at 26 something, and then we went down to 24. So hopefully we're not past 26. We win one, we lose one. We should still be around. We should be around 26 right now. What are we? 28. By golly gee gosh. This is unfair. All right, we're gonna keep the rock biter, keep the flame juggler. Actually, almost like yeah, we're gonna keep the lightning bolt and the flame juggler. We're not gonna keep the rock biter. Rock biter is good with Doomhammer or making value trades. If we have the option to play the lightning bolt earlier, I would rather play this on a creature than Doomhammer on a creature, especially against Huntard. Okie dokie. So we can actually coin out the flame juggler, and we will see if RNG likes us. Come on, RNG. Kill that bat. Yeah, buddy. Zubat just got wrecked. We just messed up Zubat. I also have no idea how long we're recording for. So if our normal games are our normal videos are roughly 40 minutes and they're 3 to 4 games, then we'll play, let's say 5 games. No, we'll play 4 games. 4 games is a lot. Alright, so I guess we'll make the attack, see what happens. Frozen. Okay. No. What are you doing for a thing from below? Totem Golem. So we can actually Totem Golem into Totem Golem, and then that reduces our thing from below, which is good stuff. Can't believe this card's a rare and this card's a common. Like, these cards are insane for people looking to play like a very budget-based mid-range Shaman. We actually had the comment I was going to discuss earlier that's semi kind of weird. Did he win that? He gets the grub on turn 4. It's good for him, I suppose. I mean, it's not bad for him by any means, but we could actually, no, we're just gonna kill that, swing into this. We actually could have used our hero power there, and it would have made us be able to play our 4-drop next turn, but I don't mind using our hero power and lightning bolting the grub, because that's probably what he's gonna play anyway. And then the following turn, we can go ahead and play either thing from below or faceless. So the comment we get a lot is, hey, I've been playing mid-range Shaman, I know it can get to Legend, what am I doing wrong? that question is so incredibly broad, there's no possible way I will ever be able to answer that for you. So my recommendation, okay, let's after this turn, we'll make it, okay, so that's actually really, really good. So we can actually Flame Tongue trade, and then that's fine, or we could Lightning Bolt trade, but that doesn't feel as good. So we'll just go ahead and just do the one trade here. Actually, we could have kept this alive, but it would have been only at 1 HP, and if he's running Unleash the Hounds, which he probably is, then that's not very good. So that's why I made the trade and kept this one alive. I'd rather keep a healthy one alive, because then when we play something else, their thing from below can get the buff. Anyway, like, the best way that I can teach you is just through watching the videos. I don't know what more you want from me, because I don't know how you play, I don't know your play style, I don't know how you built the deck, I don't know what rank you're at, I don't know what cards you have within the deck. There's so many things that I just can't, you know what I'm talking about. So, I guess we could just go faceless, summon the 7/7, or we could actually hero power thing from below. But playing the 7/7 just seems like a right move, right? This card's just huge, and the next turn, if need be, we can go ahead and thing from below. But we could probably just play double 7/7, which is a pretty big deal. How you say it, man? I have a feeling I am going to be seeing a deadly shot onto this faceless. Yes, there's more than 100% chance a deadly shot's inbound on our guy. Alright, this is good, because then we just follow up with another faceless, which was what the plan was originally anyway. So this hunter is probably a little bit upset. I would be too, because double faceless, how you doing? But gotta deal with that. So, if you're looking to get better and you're not sure what you're doing wrong, depending on what you're going for. If you're playing ladder, I recommend watching, of course, our deck guides and our deck testing videos. If you're playing arena, I recommend watching Tony's Trials or our free-to-play account, which is mainly arena and or, mainly arena. If you're looking for even more help than that, we do offer a coaching service where me or Tony can coach you. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to kill the Tundra Rhino because that thing's annoying, and he also has Call of the Wild, which is really powerful. This costs 3, this costs 4, so we actually can hero power and then thing from below. And this kind of stops a Huffer from hitting our face hole. He also is not, all the cards he plays aren't going to have charge. We could have gone face there, but this isn't face Shaman. This is mid-range Shaman. So he did have Call of the Wild, so that is why we killed the Tundra Rhino. But yeah, if you're interested in coaching at inngaming.com. Simple as that, not going to say it again. Don't want to advertise too much about that because it's not what we're about. But if you're looking for it, it's there. So, what can we do to succeed? Let's hope for that sweet spell power. We did not get that sweet spell power. As silly as clearing the field look there, I don't like keeping any cards alive on the hunter side of the field. It's just a thing of mine. Different players can make different kind of plays there, but it's just not. Unleash the Hounds here, huge toad, and then a quick shot. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, it's just a personal thing there. Just like zoo decks, hunters are one of those decks that you give them a little piece of string and somehow it turns into like a mile of string. You give them no string. None. No string. Alright. So definitely going to put a hero power into this turn. We know that. Besides that, I have no fucking idea what we're doing. So let's figure it out. We're saving Hex for Savannah Highmane. Azure Drake seems like a pretty good card. Let's see what we get. Doomhammer, so we'll throw in a passive. Depending on what it is, we'll go from there. Huge Toad must die. So hopefully the Huge Toad, I guess that's okay unless he has Unleash the Hounds. Then Unleash the Hounds breaks through there and then he trades his Kodo into our Valiant. Okay, perfectly fine. Infested Wolf, not too scared about it. Again, could have used Hex, saving Hex. And this is where we're going to hope to pull out that spell power so we can go ahead and Lightning Storm. Oh, we have Azure Drake down too. That's pretty fantastic. Alright, so I guess we'll hero power, see what we get. We know this is going to happen. This can actually trade into there. It'll be at 1 HP, I know. We actually... Do we have lethal? No, there's no way we have lethal. This goes there. We Lightning Storm to make sure we clear the board. We Doomhammer, we think from below. And we just start going in, boys. Oh, the thing is still alive. I forgot this thing had 5 HP. How silly of me. It has 5 HP. That's okay. I would have definitely used Doomhammer to kill this Garen Grub, but we didn't even need to. But for some reason, I thought this had 3 or 4 HP. So we're back to 24, which is where we started. But yeah, my mistake, guys. The alcohol is kicking in, but gameplay is still 100%. He conceded anyway. That was the purpose. It was to scare him. He'll be like, we'll leave a creature alive. And he can tell all his friends what the hell happened to the rest of his friends. And you know, people do that. Leaders do. They kill like an entire race and they'll leave one guy and be like, you tell your mother or father what happened here. And then he runs back and then everybody rivals against him. And then he ends up dying later. But we actually won later because he conceded. But that's not the point. The point is what I just said. Alright, so we're actually going to keep Lightning Storm as he's probably playing Zoo, and it always seems when you're playing against very aggressive base decks, you can never seem to draw your AoE. So, Golden Shifter Xeris, congratulations. But yeah, this is not the starting hand we were hoping for. Tunnel Trog off the top was incredibly sweet, by the way. Yes, wow. But yeah, the Doomhammer, Mana Tide, Lightning Storm's okay, but not the start we're hoping for. So I'm guessing he has the Void Walker, Possessed Villager, okie dokie. Not the most extraordinary hand we're starting with here. So I see his Flame Imp going into our Tunnel Trog without a doubt. Definitely not going to be playing Lightning Storm on 2 because that's just really bad, or on 3. Unless he coin. Oh, he already used coin. So yeah, definitely not a big enough field for us to warrant playing the Lightning Storm yet at all. I kind of just want to play the Mana Tide to draw more cards. We can totem up again, but that doesn't feel good. So we're just gonna Mana Tide. It kind of shows we have a bad hand, but we need to cycle cards, play some creature, make him seem like we don't have shit, and then he'll overextend it on the field. Like this turn, if he plays at least 2 creatures, we're gonna Lightning Storm next turn. But then we float 1 mana. But then we have 2 left over. Oh man, that's not good. Imp Gang Boss. Interesting. That's pretty good. So as long as this doesn't hit the Imp Gang Boss. Well, actually, if it hits the Imp Gang... Oh, fuck, that was horrible. Anywhere but face would have been pretty chill, especially the 3-1 would have been great, but can't always get what you want here at the end, which we've learned. We know we cannot play Doomhammer on 5 due to the fact that we played Totem Golem on 4, but that's okay, because we had planned to play Lightning Storm this tournament anyway. The fact that he's played 2 Peddlers is kind of hurts because those cards generate more cards. So essentially, if we kill them, we still didn't kill the 1-drop you got out of it, which could be, you know, another Flame Imp, Void Caller, stuff like that. Another Possessed Villager. And we also still Possessed Villager, and then when Possessed Villager dies, it actually brings out another 1-drop. So it's really hard to kind of get past that. It would be. Wow. He's just trading away here. It's very interesting to see this sort of defensive plays. We're gonna go ahead and totemic. We're still at 27 health, so we can just keep pumping out. Ooh, another mana tide. It's really good.
Extraordinary.
2-drop 5/5 with taunt. How you doing? This guy is top 1K legend. Congratulations. We've never been top 1K. I think our best was like 1.2K. 1.2K. My bad. But yeah. When we hit legend, we really don't try that hard. We just kind of do deck guides. We play them. We see how we're doing. Make some gimmick decks. Have some fun. We don't really play too hard when we hit legend. It's like leisure legend. Alright, so I feel like a Hex... Well, if he plays Sea Giant, that would be a mistake. So theoretically, we Doom Hammer, we swing. You know what? I like that. So swing, and then swing. And he'll be like, what the hell? But he'll probably figure out that we have the Lightning Storm. Like, that if that doesn't give it away, I don't know what does. But it's kind of a play that needed to be made. We're at 22 HP, still doing alright. He does have burst potential. He has 5 damage currently on the board. Well, actually, yeah. 6 damage on the field currently. So we can assume we're hero power. Yeah, he's probably not going to play too much this turn, but we do run 2 Lightning Storms. So, yeah, buddy. Play one more card. Just one more card. Just one card. There you go. Even though it's a villager and it's going to get more value even if we Lightning Storm, it's okay. 2 Valiants, not the best thing that we want right now. I might actually change one of these out, but so far they've been treating me fairly well. So we know this is happening. We know that's happening. We know this is happening. This is gonna be 3. And it's gonna clear the field and theoretically the Imp Gang boss should not summon an Imp. Yeah. So we're good. Now he's gonna Leroy power overwhelming. Hopefully he does not Leroy power overwhelming. We finally got the board back, but we're definitely losing in health. But we have the value creatures and we have a Doom Hammer out, so theoretically we should be okay. Googly Eyed Octopops. No, Dire Wolf. Summons probably another 1-drop, okay. Alright, so we know we're hexing that. So this is 3. That puts us at 3. If we use this, that's 2. This will be 1, so that's 3. So this is definitely happening. So this happens. This happens. That's going to actually have more attack. We need to save our HP. So this can actually go into there. We're going to take 2 no matter what, but this can attack twice. So this goes into here. This goes into here. No. Well, what does it really need to go into? It's already going to have taunt, so we can actually take off Divine Shield. We know that's fair to say. But now the question is, do we hex and kill the 0-1 taunt, or do we kill the 1-1? And I think it's safe to kill this, and then we can go ahead and hex this. Because this already has taunt, so like, let's say you have a Defender of Argus, it's only gonna it's gonna be a 1-2 instead of being a 2-2. And it already has taunt as the I don't want to give him 2 creatures. Well, he would have only been 1 creature anyway. But it already had better stats than this. Yeah, I'd rather kill the better stat creature than not. And now that we have a totem out, we can actually Thunder Bluff and have a creature to trade, which is okay. Knife Juggler, hopefully it's not Googly-Eyed Octopops. That's if you don't know what Googly-Eyed Octopops is, it's the Forbidden Ritual. Abusive Sergeant, okay. Makes this ping. Okie dokie. Alright, there's the Googly-Eyed Octopops. Rip field. Oh my gosh, hopefully they just all go face. Alright, Healing Totem down. Tunnel Trog down. Alright, we really, how you say it, man, needed Lightning Storm there. So we know this is coming down. I do not think we Hex, because if he plays Sea Giant, we have no way to get past it. But I don't know. Hopefully we get Taunt Totem. Nice.
Elements guide me.
Can we afford to take 2 damage?
Elements guide me.
Knife Juggler needs to die. How do we want to deal with it? We go down to 7. That's pretty freaking low, guys.
There is little time. Elements guide me. Elements guide me. Will elements guide me.
He probably has Soulfire or something. But I feel like we needed to kill those anyway, so. Like, keeping it alive, he kills creatures, then we lose anyway. We don't keep, if we, like, it's just either way, we lose. Unless we swung face into both of those and then kept our taunt creature healthy. But power overwhelming? Leroy power overwhelming? Doomguard? Okay. That was a rough one. That was a rough one. Okay. That was a really slow start from us, though, too. Like, our opening hand was not very good. The only good part is drawing into that Tunnel Trog and then having the Lightning Storm ready. Theoretically, we could have saved our weapon, not attacked with it. We had the Hex in there. If we would have used... We couldn't use a Doomhammer charge to attack. Like, it didn't matter if we would have used the Doomhammer, because we swing our creature into Knife Juggler, right? We keep the 2-1 alive, the 2-1 swings into there, the 2-1-1 swing into our Taunt Totem, and then he goes face anyway. There was no way to save ourselves there. His creatures would have killed our Taunt and made it through to our face, or we killed him with our face, and we kept our Taunt semi-healthy, then he just uses the Doomguard to charge it out. Like, I think we played that as best as we possibly could in the situation we were in without having... Yeah, there was nothing really great to play there. Alright, so if we play the Totem Golem, we'll play the Flame Juggler next turn. If we play the Flame Juggler now, then we can play the Totemic. And then we can play the Golem into passive. If we play the Golem now, we're forced to play that, and then we're at 4 mana, and then we Totemic, and then we can Lightning Bolt. But if we don't Lightning Bolt, we float 1. Also, Flame Juggler dies to War Axe, so. So if we play to the Flame Juggler first, he War Axes it down. If we play this, he has to, see, yeah. So now he's going to swing into the Golem. Maybe. Doesn't swing into the Golem. Alright. He's probably regretting that attack because he has like Blood to Icor or something, unless he has like Kryn Tor. Yeah, or Korkron, my bad, not Kryn Tor. So he trades here and then uses his axe to kill the 2/3. Okay, but then we just Totemic. Again, we floated, or are floating 1 mana, but it's all right. If we would have gotten Taunt Totem, I would have played the Tunnel Trog. I actually might play him anyway. We're going to play him anyway just because of the situation we're in, because if we don't keep him alive, the War Axe kills the 3/2. If we keep him alive, he could go ahead and use the War Axe to kill the Trog, but then our 3/2 stays healthy, unless he uses a spell to get rid of it. Alright. This is rough. Alright, so we're going to play the buff. Yep. So he's going to have to deal with the Thunder. If not, we're going to have 2 totems with 2 attack. But he'd probably deal with it. He can't shield slam it, but I see an execute. A War Axe Slam. What did he get? Yep, War Axe Slam. Nice, nice. It's a rough one, boys. That's why we play 2 of these guys. Because if we play him on 5, he dies right away because he top decks some shit. But then we have another one right off the bat. Do we Lightning Bolt this down? Well, I think we already used. There's only 1 slam. If this is 4 damage, puts it at 2. What at 6 HP would he do? Like, Lightning Bolting this seems so incredibly bad. But what would he have that deals, like, he'd have to have double blood, double whirlwind. It also makes it so he gets a better battle rage. So we're gonna kill it. That's a true story. His battle rage has been weakened. Now he has to have like an execute. Did he just get the execute off the top? Hell fucking yeah, he did. Have mercy, man. You are sick at this game. That's pretty good. As long as it's not the 1-1 totem. Fuck me, because now he can swing his 2-6 into the 1-1 totem and rage that. Oh, never lucky, guys. Never lucky. Any totem would have been okay. Any totem but this totem. Alright, so now we're going to have to hex this. Oh, man. Now he battle rages draw 2. So we need Mana Tide, but even Mana Tide wouldn't be able to do shit. Blood to Icor. Make another 2-2, so Lightning Storm is looking even better now. Alright, let's see if it can deal 3 damage to the 3-3. Oh, of course not. If he goes face for... Well, how much damage? He has 5 here. So if we trade there, that doesn't feel that great. Why couldn't it deal 3 damage to this? Why? What in his deck would make me want to kill... Like... Going face is a lot better, but we're not going to. Oh, we gotta play for value here. We only have 2 cards to his 5, including weapon. Rag. So we want Rag to go face. Okay. That's pretty good. Playing a little greedy here, but we have to. Like, if we go trade with the Rag, we're going to lose this game. We have to assume, or not assume, we have to hope that Rag does not kill our 7-7. Because last turn he had no answer to it, which means this turn, unless he drew into it, which he did, normally we would have been fine. But, oh man, drawing perfectly, bro. There's some really nice draws. Lightning Bolt just doesn't do it. Kills that. Now we just have to hope Rag just continuously hits our totems. We ran out of steam. Couldn't draw into Mana Tides. We're always missing something, boys. But not this warrior. Doesn't skip a beat. Unstable Ghoul to even clear our totem. Gain 2 armor. And has the... Oh, man. So we could draw into another Lightning Storm and get a Spell Power Totem. Double Rock Rider. Super sick. Check this shit out. No Doomhammer time. So theoretically, if we would have went face there with our 7-7 instead of killing that 3-1, he would have died right then. Because he has 6 HP, and we would have done 7 to face. So, when we attacked the 3-1, that was the wrong play. But we didn't know that. But that would have made or break the game right there. We'll play one more. And at the end, we'll talk about the deck and why it is what it is right after this game. So hopefully we can finish off with a win. Ideally, we should be able to do just fine. But last game was not the best luck. But who needs luck? You've got mid-range Shaman on your side. We're going to get rid of everything here. Actually, Feral Spirits is fairly decent against Warrior, but it just kind of gets shitted on. Or gets shat on by the War Axe and whatnot. It's also fairly good with Tunnel Trog, so we're going to keep it and see if we can get the Tunnel Trog in the opening hand. Excuse me, and no, we did not. This is pretty bad. This is pretty hurt. Maybe we... Oh my god, this is real bad. This is real bad. Oh man, double Lightning Storm, Valiant, Mana Tide. These are like all the cards you don't want in your opening hand. Unless you're playing Zoo. If we're playing Zoo, then I'd be like, sure, load me up with the double Lightning Storm. Oh my goodness gracious. I almost want to coin out Mana Tide. We're coining Spirits, Overload 2, and then we have... we gotta go Mana Tide. We don't have an option here. We're gonna hope that he doesn't have the War Axe. He does. He's highlighting it. Equip that War Axe, bad boy. Ooh, monkey. We get another draw, baby. Woo! Actually, we can get more draws than that. Because we can spirits or we can hex. I think we spirits, right? Hell yeah, keep that mana tide flowing. Keep the mana tide flowing. Flowing. Keep the mana tide alive. Keep that mana tide. Mana tide. We're gonna make this trade here. We're gonna play the little flame juggler. Go face. Haha! No armor for you. Mana tide has drawn us 3 cards. Mana tide, you are 3 mana for 3 cards. Appreciate that. And maybe even 4 cards. We have the potential to overdraw, which is not so good. If he keeps it alive, that is. But we're not going to allow ourselves to overdrive or overdraw. Hits the mana tide, armors up. Alright. So I suppose we can Lightning Storm, which doesn't feel that great, to be completely honest, because if it hits this for... it would... oh, man. We have 2 Lightning Storms in our hand. We have to. No, but then we're overloaded too.
I wonder.
Mana draw, I'm just going to draw more cards. That's not an option. That's not an option. We'll see what we get. Hits for 2, hits for 2. God damn it. Can we never get lucky, boys? Like, hit the Alkali for 1. Laugh at my misfortune, boys. Laugh at it. We're so bad at this game. How could we not hit 3 on our Lightning Storms, guys? How could we not hit 3? We're so bad. We're so bad. I'm not sure what deck guide will do after this. He's running Patrons. Patrons? I haven't seen Patron Warrior in so long. That probably explains why you're 3600 legend. But then again, I'm 3000 now. Oh man. Theoretically, we could have spelled Power Totem first and then Lightning Storm, but the problem is he still has another Patron Rush, and yeah, I need this Lightning Storm to deal with it because we need to Azure Drake Lightning Storm when he does the second Patron Rush. So next turn looks like we're overloaded 1 going on to 7 mana. I wish we could Thunder Bluff passive, but we can't, so we're probably faceless. Him getting that Warlock passive is pretty huge. Berserker's pretty good. We're gonna Lightning Bolt that. This Mana Tide is drawing us a ton of cards, guys. We cannot keep up with the Mana Tide value right now. We have a full hand. We have a full hand. What are we gonna do? We can't. We need to play at least 2 cards a turn. And we're overloaded. Next turn is just a Doomhammer turn, so we actually have to figure out extra cards to play that we would not normally play. So probably a Flame Tongue, maybe, definitely not the other Mana Tide. So like Flame Tongue, Hex, give me a creature to Hex. Play like Bolf or some shit. Not Bolf, what is it? Yeah, no, not Bolf. What is it called? How you say it, man? What is his name? He's the 4/5 Death Rattle, summon a 4/5. It's not Bolf Ram Shield, because that card's shit. Not Baron. Why am I thinking of Baron? Karen Bloodhoof, thank you. Why could I not think of that? War Axe. Okay. We definitely need to play cards. Oh, he killed our Mana Tide. Fantastic. We're actually happy. He killed our Mana Tide. Sure. We'll just go faceless. It's a 7/7. He's gonna have to use an execute on it. When this is our winner right here. This is the winner chicken dinner in this game. And we saved the Drake and the Lightning Storm. Like this is an automatic win against the patrons. Like it's gonna clear his board. Unless he gives the patrons some extra health we didn't know they had. There's the execute. Called that shit out. Probably kill off the... There you go. Kill off that totem. So this is 3. That's 2. Carry the 1. Subtract the 4. Doomhammer there. Only have 2 left. There lives that. Alright. This kills this. This goes there. This goes face. Now you play Harrison Jones for some strange fucking reason. You draw half your deck, you lose, you know, yada yada. I wonder what deck guide we're gonna do next. I kind of feel like playing Miracle Druid. Are you feeling Miracle Druid? We'll play some Miracle Druid after this. I'm feeling the Druids. I'm feeling the Druids. Blood. Okay, I was hoping he didn't do 1 damage to this because he like uses his cards that he would generate patrons with to have to deal the 1 extra damage to this to, you know, kill it with only his weapon. But kind of warrants him to now play patrons, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're still at 29 health, so we fairly healthy. And when I say fairly healthy, we're like almost as healthy as you can get. But we're going to take at least 3 because of his Ravaging Ghoul. So we're, you know, getting a little less healthy. But we're still alright. You almost make me want a Lightning Storm now, but I know if I do, I'll regret it, so I can't. Ooh, buddy. You're tempting me, bro. You want me to Azure Drake Lightning Storm. I can feel it. But if I do that, you're just gonna Patron Rush me. But what if we don't? We're still in a really bad situation. Well, not really. So Hex, that leaves us with 4. We play this. We kill that. Sure. I wonder what big creatures he's playing. Is he playing like Tempo Warrior just instead of playing maybe Harrison and Malcroc, he just plays 2 patrons? That'd be pretty cool. It's like Tempo Warrior, which like normally players play Patron Warrior, right? And then Tempo Warrior or Midrange Warrior came out and they took out the patrons and added more value-oriented cards, or cards that are good by themselves without needing to be comboed with other cards that deal 1 damage to summon a field full of patrons, which is susceptible to field clear. But if you want, why wouldn't one just put Tempo Warrior and then just sub out 2 cards that, you know, perform well but not really well with just 2 patrons, and the rest of the deck like Ravaging Ghoul, Blood to Ichor, and sometimes even Whirlwind and Battle Rage are already in there. So, sounds like a deck idea later on. Wow, that's a fuck ton of damage. We're actually gonna do it. So this does 3 to 4. We don't want to wait. I mean, fuck it. Deal 4 to the monkey. Thank you. We win next turn. Double Rockbiter is a bitch, boys. The only reason I did that is because we no longer care about the Patron Rush. We are the Rush. We are the one. Welcome to the Matrix. Unless he's playing like Reno Jackson. Nom, nom, nom.
What now?
It's kind of sad because I have so much work to do that like playing this makes me feel bad. Like I forget that I have work. Oh no, can he actually beat me? No, he can't. He's just gonna attack the Azure Drake. I don't forget that I have work or other work I needed to be doing, but like I forget about it, right? You play video games and you forget about everything else for a little bit, but then like you come back to reality every little bit and you're just like, oh my god, please no. So we're just gonna like casually just do this. We've created our own 7. This guy's probably a little upset. But, I mean, we drew so much with Mana Tides. Like, That was an incredible amount of drawing we did with our Mana Tide at the very beginning that we kind of just held him off for as long as possible as it did its work. Alright, so let's go to the deck guide here, or the actual deck itself, talk about it, and yeah, we'll go on to our next deck guide for tonight. Alright, so starting off with the Lightning Bolts, some people play the Earth Shocks like we've seen. I found that because of how much Zoo, other Shamans, and Hunters on ladder, the Lightning Bolt in combination with the Tunnel Trog really early on is really, really powerful against particular classes and can swing the game in your direction. Rock Biter and Tunnel Trog themselves are just staple. The Flame Juggler has seemingly replaced the Knife Juggler, along with the fact that it's a 2/3 and deals damage when it comes out is really powerful, as we've seen in the game before where it was able to kill that I forgot what game it was, but he had played a card, a minion early on in the game, and we were, what was it, Fiery Bat against that hunter. We were able to kill off the Fiery Bat without, you know, essentially doing anything. Like, it's huge tempo play really early on if it can, you know, land on what it's supposed to. The Flame Tongue Totem is basically just a staple. You put these next to creatures. The fact that your totems, when they come out, don't necessarily have any attack, you put this in between them, and your totems now become creatures that can make trades into cards that your opponent actually has in their deck and in their hand. And the totems that you summon essentially didn't cost you anything but 2 mana, so you're not essentially losing any cards, while the cards that you're killing with those non-cards are cards from your opponent's deck. So it's just value-oriented. Totem Golem, it's just a staple, not going to really go over that. Also, the Flame Tongue Totem and Totem Golems and all the totems in the deck, essentially, along with the totem that comes out of Totemic, all goes into making your Thing from Below cost as least as possible. Essentially, you want to play Thing from Below for 0 mana. That's like the end goal, right? But if you play it for 3 mana, 4 mana, 2 mana, it doesn't really matter when you play this guy, as long as he doesn't cost 6, he gets his value. A 5/5 with Taunt for 5 mana is good. For 4 mana, it's great. For 0 mana, it's fucking broken. So, Spirits, normally we've always seen Shamans run 2 of these guys, but because this deck has been modified so much due to the old gods and new cards like the Faceless and the Thing from Below, you have to make room for these new cards. And your early game is already super strong with the Tunnel Trog, the Flame Juggler, the Totem Golem, and the Tuskar Totemic, which can make another Totem Golem for you. So, the Feral Spirits, as good as it is, there's just better cards right now. Double Hex, this is, in my opinion, it's basically like how Tempo Warrior runs 2 Executes, how, you know, mages are running Polymorph. This is kind of just like your CC of the deck. Make sure you use it wisely. Obviously, if you have to use it, don't hold on to it. But if you're playing against a deck that you know is going to play, you know, a really value-oriented card that's going to fuck you, like a Hunter playing Savannah Highmane, you know it's going to happen, and it's going to happen around turn 6 to 7, 6 to 8. Save that Hex for the Savannah Highmane. Even though that Karen Grub's looking real good to Hex, or that Houndmaster or whatever, or the Infested Wolf, you really want to Hex it, you wait, because you need to Hex the Savannah Highmane. Fuck that card. The Lightning Storm, a lot of people have actually cut this down to maybe 1 or even none in the deck due to the fact that Mid-Range Shaman is so powerful in the early game that you're able to sort of kind of control the board even without forms of field clear like this. I found that it's really, really helpful when going against Zoo or any sort of aggro deck at all, because they build up the field with a bunch of cards with 1 to 2 HP most of the time. Sometimes they have 3, but most of the time they're below 3. And Lightning Storm, just if you get a good Lightning Storm, you win. Mana Tide Totem, this is your card draw in the deck. So like warriors have Slam and Shield Block and things of that nature. You've got your Mana Tide Totems. Again, they count as totems, and we've seen what can happen in the last game if your opponent doesn't deal with this totem. It's just every turn you get that extra card. So it's essentially their 1 card to your 2. So Totemic, fantastic card if RNG is in your favor. Most of the time, you know, you'll get the normal totem, but sometimes, and by sometimes, depending on what kind of player you are, it could be all the time, you get, you know, the Flame Tongue Totem, the Mana Tide Totem, and the Totem Golem out of your Tuskar Totemic, which can, in fact, be a game. Like, you play Totemic, you coin out Totemic on 2 against the Zoo, and you get a Totem Golem, you basically win. Like, it's it's crazy, the RNG of this guy's. Faceless, 4-drop, 7/7. End of story. Doomhammer. You can run 1 or 2 of these depending on how you kind of play, or your play style, or what you're going against. I find that 1 is fine because most of the time, everybody, or not most of the time, but a lot of people are running Harrison Jones right now. And by the time, let's say you play Doomhammer on 5 or 6, which is normally what happens if you run 2 of them in the deck, your opponent will play Harrison. And it's just too much lost. If you have one in the deck, most of the time it doesn't show up exactly when you want it. It shows up a little bit later, and by then they're kind of forced to play their Harrison because he's like, oh man, he doesn't have Doomhammer on turn 5, 6, or 7. I can't have this Harrison Jones sit in my hand any longer. Maybe he's not playing Doomhammer, or if they keep it in their hand, it's essentially a dead card in their hand that they won't play until you play Doomhammer, and you don't essentially have to have Doomhammer to be played to win with this deck at all. As we saw last game, we did, because we had double Rockbiter, but that deck didn't even play Harrison, so we didn't have to be worried about it. Azure Drake, again, some more card draw and also spell power. The fact that we're playing 2 Lightning Bolts really works well with Azure Drake, along with the fact that 2 Lightning Storms. Thunder Bluff, a lot of people run one of this guy, but if he sits on the field for longer than 1 or 2 turns, just like Ysera, you get so much value out of him, it's almost impossible for your opponent to be able to come back if this guy sits on the field too long, just like the Mana Tide Totem. So it's kind of one of those threats that if it sits too long, like I mentioned, it's just good for you, and Thing from Below is just a staple. That card's insane. Alright, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed this deck guide. I'm going to try again to knock out as many as I can this month, but again, it's going to be really, really hard for me to. So just bear with me. I know they're not the same kind of format as we're used to, as the 3 wins in a row and all that good stuff, but just bear with me, trying to do my best in between school, work, and of course the channel. So hopefully you still enjoy it, and as always guys, I'm Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.